In sports, you have wins, and then you have statements. Today, we're breaking down how Team College didn't just win the B.A.L.L. Season 1 championship. No, they put on an absolute clinic on how to dismantle a powerhouse, leaving the reigning champs completely stunned in the finals.
I just want you to look at this number for a second. 39. In a championship game, a number this low, it's almost hard to believe. So what exactly does it mean?
Yep, 39 points. That's all the defending champions, Raptors 2.0, could put on the board. This wasn't just a loss, it was a complete and total shutdown of a team that was famous for lighting up the scoreboard.
So just how lopsided was it? Let's take a look. I mean, the final score alone tells a story of absolute domination.
57-39, an 18-point victory for Team College. Look, that's not just a win in a final, that's a message. But honestly, the score itself doesn't even tell the whole story. The how. That's where this game becomes legendary.
To really get the shockwave this sent through the league, you have to understand who Raptors 2.0 were. We're not just talking about the champs. These guys were the undisputed top dogs, the league's most explosive offense, hands down.
As the source material says, this performance was completely out of character, and that's putting it mildly. The Raptors were a juggernaut, a team that was supposed to walk in, dictate the pace, and put up huge numbers. Well, Team College had other plans.
Okay, let's really get into the nuts and bolts here, because this is the heart of the story. This win wasn't a fluke. It wasn't luck. It was a brilliantly designed, perfectly executed defensive masterpiece.
And if you want proof, look no further than the shooting percentages. College shot a really solid 45% from the field. Meanwhile, their defense absolutely smothered the Raptors, holding them to a frigid 29.4%. That massive gap isn't an accident. That's the result of relentless pressure.
So how did they pull it off? It was a full team effort. On the perimeter, they were just relentless. Shooters had no breathing room, no clean looks. And if you tried to go inside, forget about it. They basically built a wall in the paint. This suffocating defense forced 10 turnovers and 7 steals, completely derailing any rhythm the Raptors tried to build.
But their dominance didn't stop when a shot went up. They were determined to finish every single possession. College won the rebounding battle 36-28. And just look at this, 9 of those were offensive boards. That is pure hustle, giving them crucial second-chance points. They just plain outworked him.
You know, a great game plan is one thing, but you need the players on the floor to bring it to life. So, who are the architects of this incredible victory?
One look at the box score pretty much tells the whole story. For Team College, you've got this amazing 1-2 punch of Arman Brown and Jon Jeannis. Together, they dropped 37 points. That's nearly 2/3 of their team's total. On the flip side, the Raptors' key players were held to just 12 and 8 points. That disparity says it all.
And let's talk about Arman Brown for a second, because he was just on another level. The best player on the floor, period. 19 points, 9 rebounds, he was absolutely everywhere. He didn't just lead the offense, he was the guy setting the tone for that suffocating defense that won them the championship.
And his teammates were right there with him. Jon Jeannis was lethal from the mid-range, providing that consistent offensive punch. And then you had Chase Carsonson, who was just a monster on the boards, grabbing 8 huge rebounds. Everybody knew their role, and they played it perfectly.
So when that final buzzer sounded, it was official. With that totally dominant performance, a new champion was crowned. Team College, through grit, strategy, and pure execution, earned that title.
Honestly, this game has become the very definition of a defensive masterpiece. It was a perfect blueprint for how strategy and raw intensity can completely neutralize even the most explosive opponent. This is a game people are going to be studying for a long, long time. So the big question we're all left with is this. In a league that's so focused on high-flying offense, did Team College just prove that an old-school grinded-out defensive mentality is the real key to winning it all? I mean, have they laid out a whole new blueprint for what it takes to be a champion? Something to think about.